And we are back. Hi, I'm about to do my makeup. If you want to know how I do my skincare routine, that link is down below, and it's going to be on my end card, if I'm able to have end cards for film videos. I don't know. Either way, it's a video I just did before this one. Okay, so makeup. I have not filmed a makeup video for you guys in a very long time, mainly for two reasons. Number one, I don't be wearing makeup very often. And then number two, I don't really be thinking about filming it, but I did today. And if you're curious about where I got this shirt, this is from Amber Carr, and I will leave the link to her website down below as well as her Instagram. I love her art. It's very much so my style. You'll like it too. If you vibe with me, you'll like it too. It's very dark, sexy. It's good. All right, so what I already did was sprayed on my Becca Skin Love Glow Shield. I use this as a primer. I also use it as a finishing spray. And then I put the Urban Decay Velvetizer along my T-zone to absorb, any excess oil. I'm going to be dusting that away in just a second. And then for my eyebrows, I just used a spoolie and my Bold Hold Liquid Gold. I don't use eyebrow wax. I use temporary wig hold, the Bold Hold Liquid Gold. I think I've said this in several of my videos. It's a very multi-use product. Love that stuff. You could use the jelly, but it doesn't dry as quickly as the liquid does. And then I have my blood blender from Glam Goth Beauty soaking in very hot water. I've told you guys how I do this in a past video, but I'll explain it again. I like how, number one, the warm sponge handles the product when it's going on my face, and then number two, it just feels really good on my skin. But mainly the temperature, because, if you just apply, regular water to a sponge, it's not the same temperature as your skin, and then as the makeup goes on, it's warming up. So I just think it helps the whole makeup process, helps your makeup settle a lot better when the sponge is already warm. But I also have my towel because it is very hot. The sponge is going to be hot, so I have to squeeze it out on a towel or I'll burn myself. Okay, so let's dust off this powder in my little Glam Goth mirror. I'll leave a, and this is a Glam Goth brush too. I have her brush set, I have her blood blenders, I have a shit ton of her glitters, her liquid lipsticks. I'm just waiting for this blush palette that she's about to drop. Super excited about that. I have her palettes. Oh my god. Girl, I got a lot. When I like something, I go hard. This shirt, I have bought shirts from her. I have bought prints from her. When I really like something, especially if it's a small business, female-owned small businesses, they get me. They get me. And I like to support. So I have a lot of Glam Goth stuff. I have a lot of Amber Carr stuff. If it's good shit, it's good shit. All right, so what? Okay, so that just mattified the middle of my face. Now, I pulled out a whole bunch of my foundations because I wasn't sure what was going to match me. I have winter shades, I have summer shades, I have in-between shades. I'm not super dark right now, so I'm going to be using this little sample of the Born This Way matte foundation. This is in Warm Sand. I'm going to be using that along the outer part of my face because this is very warm. So it'll give me a bronzy look. And then I'm going to go in with this VDL foundation. Now I keep all of my liquids in a refrigerator. So yes, this is kind of like this eavesdrop stuff. I was going to sell it on Poshmark, but then I was like, let me just refrigerate it and hold on to it. So this is from last summer. So technically, I suppose it's expired, but I refrigerated it. So it hasn't broken me out yet because this is usually what I'd be wearing. But this is just, I want to use something new. So this has been in my refrigerator too. It's pretty much a full bottle. I never thought I was going to get this dark, but here I am. So I'm going to be using this in the middle of my face. right, so let's start on the outside first. Another Glam Goth beauty brush. And this is just going to be used as a bronzer. Like, this is the same color of my skin. Like, oh my god. It's the same color as my skin. But I'm not using it in the center of my face. Oh, shoot. Put too much on my hairline. I'm not going to be using it in the center of my face because I want that to be where all the light is. I got that in my hair. Oh, well. I'm just going along. Now this is just how I apply makeup. It's kind of messily. Sometimes I'd be applying it with my hands. When I just, you know, I got someplace to be. I feel like an eyelash is in my eye. This is another reason why I don't wear a lot of makeup, especially eye makeup, because I have eyelashes that grow in my eyes. It's probably because I wear a sleep mask at night and it's bending my lashes inward. But they really irritate my eyes, and then when I have product on it, it kind of just is like, makes it worse. But alright, so that's that. I know it's not like super blended or anything, but I'm going to be going in with my sponge to like smooth it all out. So I use a brush and I use a sponge. Alright, so that's this right here. You see how this is a lot brighter? And I'm not going to be putting it directly under my eyes because that's where I'm going to be putting my concealer. So here's where I take the blood blender, squeeze it out, and then I'm going to start from the middle of my face. Since I'm using the same blender for both the lighter and the darker foundation, I want to start in the middle so the light foundation is on the blender first. So if I move out toward the outer part of my face, instead of going this way, that way there's no darkness going into the middle of my face, because that's where I want all the light to be. My ring light is super bright, so this might be making me look a little like whitewash, but if you look at the color of my arm versus my face right now, they're the same color, which they are in real life. They're just not, I just don't look this pale in real life. It looks darker, but I match him, and that's what I care about. And this stuff is matte. Now, we're in the middle of summer here in Michigan, so I usually don't be wearing makeup out in summer, but I'm going out with my girlfriends, and I'm more likely to wear makeup around girls than I am around guys. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. So when I'm going out with my girls, I don't want to be making them, you know, be like, oh, is that your friend? Like, I'll be like, yeah, that's my friend, you know. Because I don't have any fashion sense. I don't. I say that openly and honestly. I don't, so I make up with it. I make up for it with my makeup. Ooh, that is so smooth looking. Yes, girl. And it's very, very light. I don't wear a lot of makeup, you guys. If you have come here for cake face, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. That used to be me. That used to be me. Ooh, you can see on my hand how that VDL Foundation mattified my hand. Maybe you can see? I can see. That's so cool. I'm going to have to get this out of my hair afterward. Ugh. Okay, so that's it for that. That's literally all the foundation I wear. And then I'm going to be using concealer. Now, in the past, I have put concealer on underneath my makeup. Since I didn't know what colors really I was, you know, because I haven't worn foundation such a long time, that's why I did my foundation first. So I can, like, you know, gauge what I'm going to be looking like. For concealers, I have two of them. Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Coconut Flakes. I know this is very pale. And then a medium dark from one size. This is more on the tan side. So I'm going to use both. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty first toward... Or actually, let me use the one size first. And I'm just going to put that all around. And then wherever I need brightness... that's where I'll add the Huda. So just go just like that. Once again, using the blood blender. And I try not to put a lot of product directly under my eye because I do have fine lines. So I put it along the sides of my nose first to give me that contoured nose look. And then I bring it up into my temple to get that lifted appearance. And then the excess goes on my lid. But once again, I'm not putting a lot. But you can see that, you know, on the side. And because my sponge is so warm, it helps the product spread out more, blend out quicker. Ooh, yes. All right. So that actually really, that did the trick right there. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. My under eyes are looking a little bit dry. So I'm going to use, let's see, I think I have an advanced night repair. I'm going to put a little bit on my sponge. Yes, I do. I have a little sample of it. Put a little bit on my sponge. So when I blend out the Huda Beauty that I'm about to apply, it'll make it a little bit more moisturized looking. I'm not going to put a lot of this. I'm literally going to just put like that much. And I like this Huda Beauty because the tip is metal and it's cold. I like that feeling. All right, so squeeze out the blood blender again. Put a little bit of the Advanced Night Repair on the back of my hand. Get it all over my sponge. And then do you see how that brightened? I mean, obviously I haven't blended it out all the way, but it helps brighten a lot. Might have put too much on this side actually, because I'm liking this side a little bit more, but it's whatever. I just want it to be blended. Ooh. 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 I love it. So I'm going to let that set a little bit because this apparently is self-setting. I'm going to put a little bit to highlight up here. Right here. Right here. Because this stuff is pigmented. I usually wouldn't hold my mirror up like this, but I want you guys to be able to see my face, so. I focus a lot more on skin than I do on my eyes. I used to be really big into eye makeup. Like, if you guys have followed my channel, I used to do some bright ass looks. I used to do some in-depth looks. I don't really do those much anymore. I still love a sultry, smoky. Like, don't get it twisted. But COVID has kind of killed that part of me because, you know, I was responsible. I mean, we're still in times of COVID. Like, shit is spiking again. Ugh. I'm vaccinated. But, you know, I'm still not trying to put myself, you know, out and around people. So, I don't be doing my makeup, you know, or if I do be doing my makeup, it doesn't have to be, like, it's not for a setting that requires, you know, to me, you know, like, out, you know, where a smoky eye is, I don't want to say the word appropriate because a smoky eye is always appropriate. A winged liner is always appropriate. But just where it wouldn't look so out of place, you know what I mean? But I don't be going out much. Don't be going out much. Okay. So, now I'm going to do my nose. I'm going to contour my nose. Now, I thought I had some, cream contour. I thought I did, but I just have powders. Like, I had pots of these perfect concealers from Too Faced. I don't know if they still make them because I got it when I was on sale, so I thought they were discontinuing it. But I thought I had gotten a super dark one. Is this it? Nope, this is not it either. Alright, so we're just going to have to do a powder contour today, but I am going to highlight the center of my nose. Just a little bit. Like, literally that's it, because this stuff is potent. Alright, let's go underneath my eyes real quick again because I'm about to put powder underneath them. Now, I still got my little Patrick Starrr powder. This I know is expired, but I don't be throwing away powders. Creams, liquids, I'm more likely to throw away. Powders, not so much. Especially when I know they're in a cool, dry place. There's no way they can get wet kind of thing. Judge me if you want. So I'm going to be using my sponge. Not the wet one. I'm going to be using a dry one, but I'm going to spray it down with some of this Glow Shield from Becca. And I'm just lightly setting. Alright, same thing on the other eye. It's too much. It'll be okay. Put a little too much on the sponge. It'll be okay. Let me pat out the creases. All right, and then I'm going to be using a different powder to bake my nose and the sides of my nose. So this is the Peach Perfect powder. This I try not to put under my eyes because it's very drying. But it's great for the sides of the nose. And on top of the nose to brighten. I'm also going to put some underneath my contours on my cheeks. I haven't contoured anything, but I'm just going to do reverse contouring. Like I said, my face is not symmetrical, but I do my best. Clean up as I go so I don't have a mess on my desk. Alright, so I'm going to dust this off down here first. Right here. And then I'm going to spray my face a little bit. Now, I do use other setting sprays. Like I have this Morphe one, the continuous setting spray. I also have the Ofra, which this is so old, like, but it works. So I also use this, but Becca, R.I.P. This is amazing because it's so hydrating. Once again, because I have, you know, I have dry skin. I'm dropping things. Okay. So let's contour my nose and my face. So I'm very sloppy with this. Like, it's not that deep to me. So I just do my tip of my nose. And then, oh, and I'm using Be the Light Becca palette. Once again, this is old, but it's a powder, so I still use it. This is for medium dark, but my question is medium dark where? So it's definitely more for medium than it is for dark. I will say that. And then a little bit right here to round out that tip. I'm going to put a little bit more of the Peach Perfect powder on the tip of my nose to highlight it. And down the center to keep that highlight. This seems a bit excessive, probably for some of you. But this is just how I like to do my makeup. This is what works for me. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It works for me. So I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of like, because I brightened this part, it kind of made this look darker. So it gives it more of a natural contour. Same right here. So if you're not really into contouring, try that trick, because you might like that. All right. So this is what we're looking like right now. a little bright in the center, but I am going to be putting on some face powder. But first I'm going to do my blush and all that jazz. Ugh. Okay. So for blush, let me see what I want to use. Let me see what I want to use. So I was going to be using this NARS Orgasm blush, but I have all these palettes in here that I kind of want to, you know, utilize. Ooh, what's this? I have a Jaclyn Cosmetics product. Ooh, they're brightening powders, girl. That's kind of embarrassing that I didn't even know that was in here. There's so much stuff in here, you guys. Like, I have the Pat McGrath palette still. Like, oh, and I found the dark contour cream that I wanted from Too Faced. Oh my god, embarrassing. Okay, yeah, I still have this Mothership palette. And I have a, oh my god. I have a lot of palettes. Okay, so this is the Glam Goth Renaissance palette. I haven't opened this in a while. Let's see. Oh, it's got some blush shades in here. Okay, so we're gonna use Architecture and Rebirth. So these two right here, they're kind of pinky peach. And I'm going to be very light because her shit is pigmented. Okay. So I think, yeah, Architecture first. And I apply my blush up here first. Very lightly, and then I bring it toward the apples of my cheeks. That. I also put some on my nose. I know I said I was going to apply a little bit, but it's pretty. And blush is always the first thing to fade, which is why I like to use eyeshadow for it. Alright, so that's that. Oh. It's like Tetris trying to put everything back. Okay. Let's see. Oh, contour. Probably could have used that palette too, but let's go back into the Becca palette. Do a little bit of a contour bronzer moment. And then my lips. And then my eyes, I'm going to contour. So the reason I contour my eyes these days is because this part of my eye is starting to sag. It's basically like a fat sack right there. So I use a contour over it to hide that it's protruding out. And I don't take my contour down because I don't want to make my eyes look round. I want them to look like extended out. So that's why you see me like going like this. Because I kind of have round eyes. This one is a little bit more almond shaped than this one. But they're more on the rounder side than they are on the elongated almond side. So I'm trying to augment my eye shape to give more of a look. And then go in with that Peach Perfect powder again to highlight my lid. like carve it out like this. It's very subtle. Like, we're not using eyeshadow here. So it's not like, oh my gosh, you know, make sure you blend it. We're literally using face powders, just light and dark face powders to contour my eye shape. Super simple, doesn't have to be precise, but it gives a major impact. Major impact. Okay. So now for face powder. So first I'm gonna use the continuous setting spray this time around. And if you notice, I use a lot of powders. Yes, I have dry skin, but I'm also a sweater, and powders help with that. Like, help keep my skin from, or keep my makeup, it locks my makeup in. Does that make sense? Like, I'll put a little bit amount of liquid or creams, and then I just like cement them in with powder. And I'm not really putting on a lot of powder. It's not like I'm baking or anything. So for my face powder, after, you know, this all dries, I go in with the Sephora Microsmooth. I don't know what they put in this stuff, but it's fucking bomb. I don't use sand. I thought I had almond or something. I haven't been in this drawer in so long. Oh, I have an Hourglass bronzer palette. Oh my god. Okay, here's the other one. Sephora Microsmooth in Almond. Yes, Almond. So this is what I'm going to use. And then, of course, I have to do a highlighter on my cheeks. While we're waiting for my face to dry, I'm going to do my liner. So, first I tight line my upper lash line to make my lashes look darker. That needs to be sharpened so badly. Oh my gosh. I have to cut my eye with the wooden part of this. Okay. Look away if this, like, triggers you, me, like, poking something into my eye. But I literally just put the pencil in my outer corner, close my eye, and just move it around. It's okay if you get a little bit on your lid, like right next to your lash line, because it's going to get covered up anyway. But do you see just how much it made my lashes look darker on this side? You could just do this and then put on mascara, but I feel like wearing a liner today. Oh, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible pencil. I mainly focus this on the outer corner because that's where I want my lashes to look the thickest. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to try the Kvd Tattoo Liner. See if this is dried out. Now, I just do little wings. So if I'm doing like dramatic makeup, I'll put tape. But since this is not very dramatic, I'm just going to freehand it and do like little wings, as I said. Little wings. And then the closer you get to your inner lash line, or the inner corner, the tighter you want to bring your liner to your lash line. Nothing dramatic. Nothing dramatic. My favorite liner of all time is the NYX one, the liquid one, but I don't think they make it anymore. I also have this roller liner from Benefit, but the KVD one is my new favorite. Now here's the hard part. Oh, I might have done it. I might have done it. See, this eye is already watering. Oh my god. Now, because this eye is a little bit more almondy than this eye, it's like I have to put a little bit more liner on here, so I have to make them match. We're going bigger, baby. Okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. As you can see, my eyes look two different shapes. I might take a little bit of makeup remover and make this line a little bit smaller. Which, let's see if I can do that now. I need like a brush. Like a really thin, or not. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let me just make this one just a little bit. Oh my god, this is the struggle with eyeliner with me. Okay. That's it. I'm done. Put the eyeliner down. Put it down. Okay, face powder. Almond. We're just going to use that same Glam Goth Beauty brush. Or actually, I don't want to use this. I lied. I want to use my Real Techniques blush brush. And I literally just put it along my cheeks right here to blend all the highlighted and contoured spots. Go on my ears, because that's important too. A little bit blend everything. Oh, and I have this Lancome powder that I can only use when I'm tan, so I'm going to use this too as a light highlighter. I need a really flimsy brush, like this is the Lancome Absolute powder. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it's really only for tan skin girls, which naturally I'm not. I'm actually quite pale, so that's why I only wear this. I only wear this in the summer. It's just a nice little sheen on the cheeks if you don't want like full highlighter. All right, and I'm pretty much done aside from my mascara and my lips. So, I don't know if I'm going to do my mascara on camera. It does take a while. So, let me just spray my face down again. Ooh. And maybe I'll do my lips on camera, but probably not the mascara because it'll take too long. But I'll leave the final look as the thumbnail for this video or something. Or you can go on my Instagram and check it out. For lips, I want to do something really light-ish. So I have this Powder Kiss from MAC in the shade Mull It Over. I also have the stick of this. We're going to see if this is still good. I'm going to put this on. It's a little clumpy, but that's okay. It's like very peachy. Might need a lip liner, but won't use one. It's very bright, you see? And it's very light on the lips, too. I don't put a lot on. You don't need a lot. It's very pigmented, but it's matte. I don't really like mattes on my lips, typically. So I'm going with the Fenty Heat Gloss. So this is pretty much the final look. I'm going to fluff up my hair, put it in a higher ponytail because it's fallen. Put on some mascara. But this is pretty much it. This is the look. Skin is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Anyway, this is my makeup for today. So try to imagine it with mascara on. Like I said, I'll put it as a thumbnail so you guys can see like the final look when my hair is done and everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, considering I haven't done one in literally like 6 months. Still use the same products, pretty much the same techniques. As I get older, I do have to apply my makeup in a different way, but we all have to do that. So I'm just here to show you how I do it, and maybe my techniques will help you. Once again, I have dry skin. It's not really a combination. The only place that I am oily is right here. I am a sweater, so I focus a lot more on long wear powders and light cream and light liquids. Anyway, guys, if If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, press subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Will I be doing more makeup videos again? I don't want to get your hopes up and say yes. It really depends on how I feel. I don't really go out much. It's summer. I don't wear a lot of makeup. But if I remember to film again, I will. But I am going to be having my video game stuff, you know. Like I just finished the Surviving the Aftermath on normal mode. I'm currently in the process of playing hard mode, and I'm almost done. And I got back into World War Z because I love killing me some zombies. Okay? So I'll be putting that on my channel as well. So if you're a gamer and you also like makeup, you might want to subscribe. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!